Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. This is gonna be probably like my 15th try to do this, and on different occasions. Just for today, probably like my 5th try. It's been hard. I've been laughing literally my butt off, just trying to do this review. So I'm gonna do a mini series review, and this is for the docu-series Tiger King. Like, I can't even say it. I'm gonna be very, very serious about this. So when this came out, I mean, it really was marketed heavily, in my opinion. And it was on my list when I saw like a trailer for it. It was I immediately put it on my list, and when it finally came out, I watched it, and I didn't finish it right away. I think I was doing like 1 or 2 episodes, and I remember I was like, I was telling my husband, let's start watching this show together, so it can be like our thing. And he literally walked out after, I think he finished the whole episode, but I stopped an episode or so later, and then I just, like, in a word, this story is, reminds me of like a 20 vehicle wreck. It's disturbing, it's gory, it's, sad, it's tragic, it's dark, but it's something that you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to see more. I want to see more of the carnage. I'm a lot more darker than my husband really is, and so I can stomach this kind of situation. There's a lot of things like my husband is just like, no, I can't do that. So I kept watching the show, and he would just kind of sit with me, but he wasn't really like, I guess he wasn't really focused on the show, and I didn't really care because I was just like hooked. And there's just a few times in which he would just be like, I just can't, I have to go in another room, I just can't finish this. But there were also times in which I didn't know that he was paying more attention than I thought and expected. And I remember he was just talking about Carol Baskin. But anyway, this is rated 7.6 out of 10 stars on IMDb. I don't understand why that late rating isn't really higher. It says here murder, mayhem, and madness. It is TVMA. Yeah, I would really suggest that. There's a lot of weird stuff in this docuseries, this documentary crime TV miniseries. This was released in 2020. These are all just like, it's documentary. So I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic, plus I have PCS. It's a documentary. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it's just something about this show. So it's got, basically this is talking about the tiger world in the US. There's a few key players, and they do explain how it goes and what's going on and who they are. And in the beginning, they do draw you in on these beautiful creatures. And I wanted to kind of do a Carol Baskin, but I was like, I don't really have a cat print shirt, and I don't really want to get a cat print shirt. I do have like cat print shoes though, but I don't want to go through that. There's a lot of this. When I saw John Finlay in it, I immediately went, no freaking way. When they did like his interview the first time, and I was just like, no freaking way. It does talk about their personal relationships. In the very beginning of this entire series, it shows kind of like how everything is kept. And honestly, like for me, I really didn't see a lot of the red flags I mean, I really am like a typical mark for them, because if I wanted to, if I was obsessed with big cats, if I was obsessed with tigers, I would probably spend a lot of money going into their zoo and doing, cuddling with the cubs and petting them and playing with them and touching them and things like that. But I'm really glad that I'm not. But you can really see how it draws a lot of people because they're just so beautiful and furry. I mean, my biggest dream is to like cuddle with a panda. They're just super cute. I love watching their videos. They're so cute. They're so cuddly. They're so fun to watch. And I mean, I'm an animal lover. I mean, if you can see, I'm a tree hugger. I'm a plant lover. So, I'm a lover of nature, and I actually don't really support zoos because it really is horrible for animals. I'm more passionate actually on marine life because I grew up on an island. So I do know a lot about marine life and how harmful, a lot of things are going on. So with this, I don't really know too much about exotic cats, but I do know that it's, putting them in a cage isn't really ideal. But I wanted to see what was going on, and I remember like in the middle of watching the entire series, a bunch of my friends were just coming up to me and like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? A lot of people were just like kind of just joking around about it and things like that. And I remember saying, I'm not done. Don't give me any spoilers. But so I think this is like a 7-episode show or series, and I don't know if they'll do a second season. I feel like if they did a second season on the update on what happened after, I think that would be valid, to see what happened to Joe Exotic, to Doc, to Carol Baskin, and things like that. I feel really bad about the people that got drawn in and worked for these people. I feel like their big heart and how they invested and totally loved animals was taken advantage of, and they just dealt with it because for 16-hour days they get to play with animals for free. They're not paying for it, is what I'm saying. Some of these people just get paid with like free lodging and food, and some of these people do get some compensation, but I'm not gonna do a spoiler, but there is one of them that does zero payment for these people, and they're just called volunteers, and they actually have different tiers. I don't even want to go with it because I just feel like it's feeding the disease of keeping these animals in captivity. I recommend this show a lot, especially if you aren't really aware of the dangers of animals in captivity. It's just, you have to let animals be where they're supposed to be, unless they're in like grave danger. If there's a forest fire, then yes, let's help them out. But they're happy where they are, Like, I don't understand why people have to go get them and have to own a lion or a tiger or an exotic pet. And it's just, I just don't get that. I almost like didn't even pop it in, but I have to admit though, the albums that he has, like his music, Joe Exotic, I actually like them. I remember like I would rewind them just so I could have it in my background, and I would listen to it, and my husband was just like, what is going on with you? Like, you can't listen to this song for days, all day. And I'm like, I like it. He's like, that's ridiculous. It's not even the dude. I'm like, I know, but I did kind of like it. It was kind of kitschy. It was really catchy, and I don't know, I just liked it. I do give this a 2 thumbs up, and I do give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought this was done really well. I just kind of hope that they're able to update us with things like what's going on. with Joe Exotic, Doc, and Carol Baskin, and everybody else, what's going on with them. I know that they did like an interview in the end of it, but I mean, like a final episode. I think that was episode 7, or was that episode 8? But I would really just prefer like a real update on what is going on, you know. And if you've never seen this ever before, I'm just not gonna say why I want an update, but I do. It's definitely something to watch, and I have to like sickly admit, I watched this show more than once. I don't know, I was like really hooked on it, and especially in the beginning. I watched the beginning, like the first half of the season more than once, when it kind of showed a lot more of, you know, the facade and how wonderful it probably is, or how wonderful they try to portray it in a way. It's not though, but it's just, I don't know what it was. It's just like the first half of it, I just wanted to watch it more than once. As sad as that to admit, I'm admitting to that. I do love documentaries. I love watching that kind of show. This is definitely something to watch. It's definitely an eye-opener, and I honestly, like I said before, I've never been interested in like exotic pets, so I don't really know much about this world, and this really opened my eyes into, like, if I had the opportunity, my mom would always tell me like I was more of a really like a protester or something. I would probably join like an organization that would protest into something like this. But things change now. I have a son, and I kind of, you know, want him to be safe. Yeah, I recommend this 100%. 2 thumbs up, 4 out of 5 stars. If there's other shows or series that you believe I might enjoy, I love hearing from you guys all the time. Please put that in the comment section. All my social media accounts are in the description section, and if you can't find this on your Netflix, I will try to find it for you guys and link it down below. But I can't say enough. I recommend this show. I recommend it. And you know what? Ever since I watched the show, whenever I do see like a cat print, anything, it reminds me of the show. It reminds me of Joe Exotic. It reminds me of Carol Baskin, #1, because that's all she wears is just cat print. I have to stop. I can't. There's something about this topic that I can't stop laughing about it. I'm just a morbid person. I'm just disturbed. I'm morbid. I have a very, very dark sense of humor. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.